Hi guys, this is Anastasia. I haven't uploaded a video since May, and honestly I wasn't really intending on doing a video today, or I was even thinking ever, but it's the Hunter's Moon, and oddly enough I kind of felt compelled to do a video, so I'm also not necessarily going to fight the urge. I'm sorry if the camera's a little shaky. I can't find my holder thing, so I'm doing it by my hand, so if it's shaky or jittery, I'm sorry. The Hunter's Moon for me is really about preparation. It feeds off of a bit of the energies from the autumnal equinox. It's feeding a bit from the energies from Samhain, so we have that gratitude to give. We have honoring with the ancestors, understanding sacrifice, all those kinds of things. But for me, it's always been kind of a preparation time. It's about looking to the dark of the year that's quickly approaching and kind of analyzing what I've got and what I need. What is it I need to release to better aid myself and arm myself in the dark of the year? What is it that I have an abundance of and maybe can give to help spread around the wealth, to aid others? What is it that I need more of? Samhain, I know I get caught up a lot in the death aspect of it and kind of focusing on that balance. But it is still a harvest festival. It is still a harvest Sabbath. It's the final one. So if there's things that we need, we still are able to ask for it, and it's kind of our last time to really manifest things and really put them into being, in a way. And with that in mind, the inspiration for tonight's video really came from a friend of mine who, this morning I woke up to this video from this woman, and she's gorgeous. She's beyond beautiful. She's intelligent, funny, talented beyond all reasoning. I mean, this chick is just phenomenal. And yet there she was in front of her phone and just talking about how she had relinquished so much of her power to other people, or perhaps one specific individual, and she was, kind of at the end of her rope with it. She was kind of done with it. She'd had enough, and she wanted to recall that power back. And she made the video, I think, to kind of call herself out and really put it out there that, hey, I'm dealing with this shit. But also, not only for her own benefit, but also to show others, hey, you're not alone. Don't let other people have this power. And there's a reason I've been silent for months. There's a reason I kind of went away. I had given up far too much of my power. And I didn't know how to get that back. And honestly, it was terrifying to think of getting that back, because for me personally, I can't speak for other people. I don't like doing that. I'm not about that. But for me, I let other people dictate who I was. Other people would tell me, this is who you are. You're this crafty, funny, mom figure. That's who you are. And then I had to change who I was to fit into that mold, because if I wasn't what they were telling me I was, then what the fuck was I? And then slowly but surely I started hating doing a lot of the things I used to love doing. I hated doing crafts. I haven't like sat down and enjoyed a craft in a really long time. I still make my moon incense because it was a dedication, and I'm not about to forego that. I haven't been making the videos, but I still make the incense. I've made a few candles for some friends, my seasonal candles, because again, those are dedication things. But every time I kind of try to sit down to bake, to make something for me specifically to use in my practice, it feels wrong. I almost feel ashamed, like it's not enough, like I'm not pushing myself to do more because it's just a silly little craft. And the thing is I've never looked at the things I do as silly little crafts. I mean, they might be crap. Everyone else could look at them and be like, that's bogus, like that's dumb. But for me, it was always something that was very beautiful because it was so personal, because it was something that I made. And even if it was crap, I still made it. And fuck you, I loved it. But isn't that funny? Although I felt that way, I never said that. Someone else could belittle my work, and I would just say, oh, must not be good. I would make something, and that became my identity. I was the crafty one. Suddenly, people whose opinions of me mattered more than anything would tell me that that was pretty much all I had to offer was, oh, well, you make candles. And for some reason, that little bit of, oh, well, you do this. No matter how important that was to me, no matter how important making that candle may be, the fact that someone else is just like, oh, you know, it's just a candle. Suddenly, it was a piece of crap because someone else didn't see what I saw when I looked at it. And that spiraled into, if what I make and what I put my heart and soul into is a piece of crap, then what am I? If I took all this time making these things and they amount to nothing, isn't that a reflection of me? The answer? No. It's not a reflection of me. It's someone's opinion, perhaps. But why is it that I let it dictate what it meant to me? Why did I give someone that kind of power over me? It doesn't really make sense. And here's this woman who's, I mean, just beyond gifted. And she's having these same fallbacks. And it's hitting her the night before or the night on of the Hunter Moon. Perhaps it's something that we all could pull a little bit from. Getting ready for the dark of the year that's quickly approaching. Maybe we all need to reclaim a bit of that power before that shadow settles in, before the cold comes, before we start to really work internally and focus inward. Maybe we need to harness a bit of that power and regain our sovereignty over it. Because, and this is something that is very easy to say, but to completely, well, not even completely, to begin to realize it is insanely difficult. No one has the power over you that you think they do. Because the reality is no one has power over you. Period. If you start feeling shitty about yourself because of something someone else says, you are allowing yourself to feel shitty. I can say that, but I can't begin to wrap my head around that, because if someone calls me whatever, I feel really bad. And what's more, they don't even need to say anything bad about me. It could just be something that for some reason I find disappointment in, and I fall to pieces. One of the reasons I haven't done a video is because YouTube became very toxic. I was putting my self-worth based off of, gee, I uploaded a video, I wonder how many people have watched. How ridiculous is that? I mean, seriously, how sad is that? That became me for a period of time. And all of that was power I was just giving away. No wonder I'm so drained. Or was so drained. No wonder I needed to retreat within myself and completely find solitude. Because I let go of so much of myself that I no longer knew who I was or what I was doing or what I was supposed to do. Instead, I would just hear people make comments of, oh, well, of course you can't do this because, you're the crafty one. That's what you do. You make little things. And it's so cute. I didn't realize what I did was just, a cute little hobby. And suddenly that's all it was. Well, no, it wasn't. It isn't. It's much more than that, and anyone that creates something can tell you that. But I allowed that other person's perspective to become my perspective. So before we enter the dark of the year, let's arm ourselves a bit. Let's harness a bit of this Aries-fueled moon. A bit of that warrior energy. Let's find one thing that we take joy in, that we take enjoyment out of. Not necessarily that, we need to work on. I'm not talking about shadow work. I mean, yes, it's incredibly important and it's so valid, especially for this time of year. There's a million great videos out there about it. I know Chris Ashburn and Joey Morris are doing some amazing videos right now on that topic, and I'm sure there are many others as well. Like I said, I'm kind of out of the loop as of late. And I no way am I degrading that, because I'm pretty sure hell would have my ass if I were to degrade or dismiss shadow work. Yikes. But before we delve into the shadows too great, let's find a little bit of light to help. And don't apologize for it. Don't make excuses for doing something you genuinely enjoy and take pride in. If it's something stupid like, hey, I really like Spice Girls songs and I want to dance and sing. Next time I go, the group is going out for karaoke, I'm singing a Spice Girls song. Dude, do it up. And don't make any apologies. Have fun. Blast that. For me, I've been blueprinting the crap out of things lately. I've just been hit. And I'm pretty sure a friend of mine passed away this summer, and she was a tidal wave of creativity and inspiration and insight and wisdom and just all sorts of amazing goodness. And it's been really rough. And she just kind of hit me the other day. Not the other day. Beginning of October, really. Just kind of got in my head and won't leave. And I think that has been a major reason for me getting off my ass. Like I said, I've kind of been a hermit lately, and it was about me hiding as opposed to me needing solitude and needing to heal and regroup. It became comfortable, and it occurred to me I was hiding. And I'm done with that. I don't need that. I need to start reclaiming that power. I need to start focusing on the warrior that I started to delve into, but then my worries about what other people thought of me overcame me and outnumbered a lot of the good sense that I was starting to create. So on this night of the Hunter's Moon, and these next, couple of weeks before Samhain, ask yourself, what is it I want to take with me into this new spiritual year, if you will? Yes, what is it you need to release? Yes, what is it you need to work on? But find one thing that you truly love and just own it and do it. And don't apologize or make excuses or try desperately not to worry about what anyone else thinks about it. I know my creations are not a nice little crafty hobby to eat up the time. I will admit at one point in my life, my crafts were an escape for me, but they were never meaningless. They were never shallow. They were never superfluous. They always meant the world to me. And I'm really disappointed in myself that I allowed someone to take that joy from me. And quite honestly, I'm over feeling sorry about it. I'm over being upset that I allowed it. I am over allowing other people to have power over me to take away my joy. So it's time to reclaim it little by little. Feed into the warrior spirit that we get on this night. Feed into that final harvest that we're going to get with Samhain. And reclaim something that you lost. Because when I look at death cycles, although I'm terrified of them, dude, it is not anything, it's not easier. I still hate it. It still sucks. But what I'm noticing is when negativity hits a death cycle. When a friendship that really wasn't serving me anymore starts to die. When a habit that no longer is serving me starts to die. It still hurts because there's comfort in that bad habit. There's comfort in that friendship that's just kind of stagnated but always been there. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form, but it's always been there. It's comfortable. It's stable. It's there. I know what it's about. And when it starts to decay and deteriorate and fall away, it's a bit unnerving. It's a bit unsettling because, wait a minute, you were always there. Now you're not? What the Hades is that about, dude? But as it fades, I'm finding these little lights inside are starting to relight. Passions are starting to starting to awaken again. And I'm finding parts of me are experiencing rebirth. And although in the dark of the year we focus on the shadow, the reality is the darker the shadow, the brighter the light shows. I urge everyone, bring that into the dark of the year. Focus on that dedication. Focus on the shadow. Focus on the work you have to do too, because it's all equal, but find something to balance it, because dude, that's where you're going to find something so meaningful in that balance.